Alright, we are back for another try with Vegeta Ultra Instinct deck because I actually made a screw up. And that was that he wanted me to use the Karate Chop action variant of Vegeta Evolved. Sorry about that, buddy. I think to make it easier going forward just on me, because I'm very literal about a lot of figures, if anyone would be able to suggest the variant of the figure that they would like me to use, or the version, or even just a figure number, then that would really help me out, and I would appreciate that, because, you know, I don't want to screw it up. I want to do what you guys want me to do the first try, if I can. And, again, this is a very, very good deck that Vegeta Ultra Instinct came up with. I really like the, not just the power, but the speed and the versatility that the team has, where it can, like, build up your team in so many ways. The version of Blue Evolved Vegeta that I would personally run, is probably the version from the previous video. For a couple of reasons. One, because then I could just use Gohan as the 01 figure, which, by the way, I'm using this version of Vegeta Evolved as an 01 figure, because, I mean, holy hell. And then, he would also give you a trigger square in your bottom right. He would enable your team to overall do more damage, and he would also enable your team to overall take less damage. And I know it really sucks with RNG trying to get technically 11 of the same figure, because you get the one and then you dupe them 10 times. But it's well worth it in the end if you're able to do so. I know that from experience before I was able to, thankfully, you know, get the use of a couple of tools by Unleashed. And to me, it really sucks, in my opinion, that not everybody has access to those tools, especially if you're just doing it, you know, for simple, fun, harmless reasons, like, team request videos, like right here. I've actually quit PvP entirely, including Hero Coliseum. I won't say any names, but a buddy of mine, and I'm really upset that he did that still. He used a modded team of figures, and it showed their levels at 99, but I could tell he made them all, like, level 255, because the faster variant of Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Vegeta, you know, what we refer to as New Blue Vegeta, it was either the previous update or the update before, one that did a lot of damage. But, anyway, he, modded him to have it looked like over 10,000 speed and over 6k HP. And I'm just like, dude, I'm really upset that you did that to me. And right there, I ult that forward. And then I had another instance happen where, Brandon, this was actually my fault. I'm not proud that I did this. I'm sorry that I did it too. I challenged a friend, and I actually would have won at the end of that match, but the RNG wheel screwed me over, and I got 190. That was the highest I got, and I would have won had I taken that, but I waited to try and get a higher number. And then I had to apologize to him right after. I actually had him on my list. I'm like, dude, I'm so sorry. I can't play this game PvP anymore. I just can't. Like, it really makes a lot of sense why, it makes so much more sense now why Rockin' Robo doesn't play this as much as he does. And, it also made a lot of sense why Muggs took a break when he did, because it is a lot more different than I thought it was, going into player versus player. You know, it kind of sucks when RNG does nothing but screw you over, which, by the way, he got quite a couple more doubles than I did. I think he maybe only got one or two of them. But, I apologized to him. I told him he definitely earned that win. You know, that was my bad. And to basically atone for it, you know, I don't want to do that to anybody. I don't want to be known as a rage quitter, so I'm gonna be done with PvP. That's gonna be the end of that. I'm happy with just doing, you know, Hero Coliseum for fun against, you know, the AI, because that's mostly what I do with Hero Coliseum anyway. That's all I ever really do. It's like maybe once, twice a month at most. where I got the opportunity to PvP with somebody in Hero Coliseum. That should tell you how scarce the PvP community in Hero Coliseum is for PC players. It's ridiculous. But anyway, getting back to the deck that Vegeta Ultra Instinct came up with. Again, I will say it's a very, very amazing deck. I especially love the 17 from Android. The Android 17 from Dragon Ball Super that he suggested. It's a very, very helpful figure. I'm surprised I don't use it more, if I'm being honest. And getting into Vegeta's free battle, which in my opinion is harder just because of speed. I think I'm gonna put Goku behind Bardock just to be safe. And then that should be okay, yeah. Usually he only runs 2 figures in his right lane, or, I'm sorry, his right column or his middle column. And unfortunately I do get outsped here. But thankfully, that version of Vegeta in front is only gonna hit my master, so Bardock will be just fine. And 17 will be just fine as well, because that Vegeta, for whatever reason, does not hit that hard. Jesus Christ, Bardock took a lot of damage. He took way more than I thought he would. And this isn't gonna kill. Figures. Ah! That was terrible, I'm sorry. And that should be a death. And to be in the safe side, what I think I'll do here now is I want to take 17 off the field temporarily, because I would like to still keep decreasing their speed if I can. And then I'm going to put Gohan over here. He ought to be safe. The most dangerous thing he's going to have to deal with is Vegeta here, who doesn't have a whole lot of health as is. Not too much defense either. Do I want to take that risk, though? Yeah, you know what? I actually don't want to take that risk. I'm going to do this instead. And Jesus, his team has so much speed. It's obnoxious. I don't think I'm going to be able to outspeed here. But hopefully my blue Vegeta Evolved will live, though I doubt it. And I'm not going to outspeed. I think I should live. That is technically the weaker hitting Vegeta. Okay, good. Yeah, I live. And Goku's gone, unfortunately. Can't really help it, though. You're going to lose figures at some point. No matter what you do in most fights, you're at least going to lose 1 or 2. At least I think so. And I also need to keep Bardock, because if I don't, they have an ultimate, and I don't want them ulting. Let's see, his spots are there. Okay, so both of their spots are in the middle and the right. For my side, anyway. And I think what I would like to do here is gonna have Gohan go there. And let's see, do they have OK down every turn? Yes, they do. So I'm not gonna risk that. I'm gonna put him over here. Because that Vegeta is going to hit hard, but it doesn't matter. It's not going to be enough to kill my master. I'll be fine. I would say this is probably one of the much harder free battles that came out with the update. If anything, just because all of that speed. That's my opinion, of course, though. I mean, he's got decent enough attack as well. Oh, and another thing, if anyone wants me to try out SR figures or Rs or Ns, I'm open to it, but I personally prefer to just stick with URs. But, I can easily summon some throwaway figures and just change them into the figures you guys request. So, I mean, if you want me to do any of that, request away. Of course, I'm not going to take credit for any of that because there are other Hero Coliseum content creators that I personally think are better anyway. We also have already done, and are already doing that, being, you know, Rockin' Robo Mug the Dude. And Raven Gaming, I think he's done that a bit as well. Not too sure about Unleashed, if he's done that at all. But I could be wrong. Anyway, I'd love to hear from Unleashed on that. And I can't help but bring them up anytime I do Hero Coliseum. I just think that they're that much better at it than I am. I don't know, call it what you will. I personally look forward to their videos more than mine when it comes to this. But if any new folks have no idea who they are, just tell them that Rubes sent you and that they say hello. And that's all I ask out of anybody who does see this. You know, if you're interested in sticking around for more Hero Coliseum content, that is, you know, feel free to head over to their channels. They got a lot of stuff on there. And last one we're going to try out again is Gaku. And then I'm actually going to be doing one more suggestion by another individual. I have to go back and double check his name. I'm terrible with names, I'm sorry guys. But I will definitely try to try my damnedest to remember who requested, you know, which team at the time of recording. And thankfully Vegeta Ultra Instinct is very easy for me to remember. I mean, the name itself, and technically it hasn't really happened yet, but Vegeta is also my favorite character, so I'm not going to forget that. I'm glad that they at least gave him something in the Tournament of Power and not just, you know, nothing. And I'm gonna do this instead, actually. I'm gonna have Gohan float, and then I'm gonna have Vegeta out. Okay, yeah, I feel like that was the right move. Unless I can't kill Goten in one shot, in which case I have an issue. I forgot how much HP Goten actually has in this. Oh, okay, he has a bunch. Would a counterattack be enough to kill him, though? No, it wouldn't. Okay, that sucks. I might actually lose Vegeta here. I doubt he's living. That's actually fine, though. This battle is actually nowhere near as bad or difficult as Broly and Vegeta. I'm sorry. Full power Super Saiyan Broly. And, yep, that killed Vegeta. Man, that blows. That would just, that more or less goes to show you, though, why I personally think the other Vegeta is, I don't know, somewhat better. It makes the whole team take overall less damage. And I wouldn't have to worry about putting Gohan as a floater over here either. He would just have a trigger square in the bottom right. And then I could put Gohan in his trigger square. I don't know, that's just me, though. I think it may also, or may not be because I think he told me he doesn't have the Final Explosion variant. Which sucks. I mean, I feel that. Before I had access to Unleashed tools, I think I did mention it a couple of times on Muggs' channel. Like, I spent 17 straight hours, I'm not kidding, for just one attack UI Goku variant. The first UI Goku that came out. And it was the last figure I needed to complete my list. It drove me insane. I spent 17 straight hours that whole day summoning to get the list done, and it would not drop for me. And I kept track between that and the updates before it. I spent roughly 400,000 TP medals. Like, it was not a fun time. It was very, very boring just sitting there and multi-summoning for that many straight hours, and then, of course, you know, breaking down figures because I had to make room. But you guys didn't come here to listen to me whine and complain about RNG. You guys came here to watch a video Ultra Instinct's deck suggestion, so I'm gonna shut up about that now, and I'm sorry. And, may or may not lose Gohan here. He should be fine. I'm just trying to secure the win at this point. I heavily outspeed as is. And that is another great thing I will say about this deck. It has crazy speed. Between not just Gohan, but 17, Bardock lowering their speed, and then if you had Final Explosion Vegeta, you would constantly be getting 500 speed each turn as well. That is the variant of the deck that I personally would run, but feel free to run either. And that is pretty much going to do it for the video. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.